let's talk a little bit. Let's get into the conversation about branding. So let's talk a little bit about branding and what was it like meeting with Jamila?
So it was a blessing meeting with Jamila. I've known, I would say, the first 2 months, I could tell that my messaging was off, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. And I knew what I wanted to get across, and I needed Jamila. I didn't know it at the time, but I needed her to bring me back to the basics, to the core of the passion for the business, which is clean ingredients. But because of how my knowledge has evolved over time, I now consider it eco-friendly lifestyle. But at the base of it, it was never about being eco-friendly for me. It started about having the best I could provide for my family, having a safe home, having, a healthy environment to raise my children in. And then over time, I started, seeing the benefits to the earth of using those products. But it really started with using them for my family. So Jamila was just instrumental in opening my eyes to see I'm not messaging eco-friendly lifestyle. I'm messaging safe homes. Yes, they benefit off of each other, but my wording was really off, and I wasn't getting to the moms, to the families, to the people that I really want to help, that I want to educate, and I want to be a resource. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do or shame them in their lifestyle. But when you're ready to provide safer homes for your children and safe ingredients, then I want to be that go-to person for them. So she was instrumental in helping me see, bringing me back to the core, breaking apart those layers that I'd built on through my years of experience, and seeing the language that I need to be using.
Mm, Oh, so it's all about really simplifying the message, right? In her point number 7, it was getting rid of the jargon, right?
It
So
really was,
friendly is
yes.
jargon, it's jargon term, and it really creates a little bit of a barrier for someone who's just like, hey, you know what? I may want to stop using plastic cups, but am I eco-friendly, right? So there's some terms that kind of, really eliminate certain people, and you were
Mm-hmm.
looking to really draw people in by really just connecting with a safe home for the family. So I love that. Jamila, go girl, talk about it. Let's go.
Oh yeah, so the process was pretty simple, once you start to, again, once you are able to identify the symptoms inside of the process, you can easily say, okay, this is the problem. Once you could see, and I suppose this would be Jamie's position for her audience. She could easily look around a place, or she could easily hear certain problems being articulated or certain challenges, and she could easily identify, say, well, okay, it's clear that this is the case because so and so and so and so and so and so is happening. So you have to be able to sharpen your ear, I suppose, for certain markers in the language and certain markers in the speech. So immediately, the term eco-friendly was something that I picked up, and I remember in the discussion I asked her, what does that term really mean? Because that can mean so many different things to so many different people. So it was important to um, clarify what that meant in her context
Right.
and for her people. And even in doing so, we I suppose, and I'm glad that you were able to realize that the curse of knowledge, which is exactly what many of us suffer from, came and just kind of piled itself on like a barnacle on top of what was supposed to be a really simple thing. And now you have to kind of like break that barnacle off and take it back to the basic, because most people aren't living in an eco-friendly world. They just want to do better. They just want to live better. They just want to feel better. So
Right.
you want to be able to kind of break the language down into a simplified, easy way for people to say, okay, I get this. I'm not feeling overwhelmed or intimidated by the whole idea of living an eco-friendly lifestyle, or being, because sometimes some people may hear that and they may immediately think of the most extreme scenario. You're going
Right.
crazy with all these
Do I need to
green
hug
things.
trees?
Yeah.
Right.
Some people just want to, not use plastic straws. That's
Right.
just their way of contributing to the environment. But there are
Right.
easier ways to get it done that are more functional for people rather than changing the entire lifestyle. And I think that is what these products, as I just saw who doesn't want a microfiber cloth to clean their place? You know what I mean? So easy things to use to integrate into your life. So you
Right.
don't want the language to be the barrier between
Right.
the customers and these products, because the products really aren't that complex, so your language really shouldn't be either.
100%.
So
I love
that
that.
is what we that's what we
I
try
love
to do.
that.
Right?
I love that. I love